Hi, welcome to the InterAxis channel and InterAxis.io. We're going to talk about all the different ways that cryptocurrency, that digital assets, are going to impact how you look at your investments, how you look at financial planning, investment planning, how financial advisors are going to have to look at investment and financial planning now and in the future, because it's really going to be revolutionary. It's going to change the way we look at our finances and how it all fits together, whereas now it's very segregated in terms of money we save versus money we spend. It's all going to be kind of integrated in the way we look at it. So remember, of course, subscribe here. Check us out on Twitter at InterAxis8. Check out our academy, InterAxisAcademy.com. $1 for a 3-day free trial. You learn all about the technology behind cryptocurrency. We explain to you how to get started, how to stay safe, about DeFi and such. So we're going to talk first about one of the ways that we're already seeing that you're seeing changes in your investments, changes in your financial life due to crypto and digital asset investment. And one of them is looking at your cryptocurrency investments as both an asset and a medium of exchange, as both something you hold because maybe you want it to go up in value, and something that you might be able to spend. And we've seen this recently when companies like Tesla said you can buy your Tesla with Bitcoin, and then companies like Visa and PayPal allow you to actually pay for things using cryptocurrency. And companies like Crypto.com and FoldApp and such give you debit cards that allow you to spend. Genesis Block and such, they allow you to spend on a debit card from a crypto account. This is a really big deal, but it takes a different kind of thought, because let's just go with the case of Bitcoin. If I'm holding Bitcoin, I could be holding it because, man, I really think that it's a great store of value. I'm going to hold it for the long term, and I might put it in a hard wallet and get it completely off an exchange. But then some people might think, well, I'm holding Bitcoin, it has some more value to it, but maybe I want to spend it at some point. Maybe I do want to buy a Tesla with it. Maybe I just want to spend it on a vacation or something. And now there are sites and there's the ability to actually spend my Bitcoin. I don't have to go sell it. I don't have to turn it into dollars and move it back into my bank account and then go spend from my bank account. I can go spend Bitcoin directly. Okay, now whether or not that's a good idea from a tax perspective, we can talk about another day. Whether or not it's a good idea from an investment perspective, we talk about another day. But this is one of the first assets that, not just Bitcoin, but cryptocurrency in general, one of the first assets where you have that ability. You can't do that with stock today. You can't do it with Google stock or Apple stock or Microsoft stock. You can't say, I'm going to hold this and I hope it goes up in value, but I also want to use it to pay for something. You can't do that, but you can do that with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So how does that change your mindset, knowing that this is an asset that I might want to hold for the long term, but maybe if it goes up in value, maybe if I have some gains on it, maybe I want to use some of that to actually buy something. Maybe I don't have a lot of cash right now, or I want to keep my cash in the bank. Or maybe I just want to keep it on some sort of card or some sort of account where I can access it. This changes the thinking around crypto and Bitcoin for both financial advisors and for investors, that says, I need to look at this a little differently, because it doesn't only fit into the investment. We think of investments in terms of other different buckets, or the allocation, right? We've talked quite a bit about allocation, and you can have your growth, you can have your income, you can have your alts. Okay, over here, and your alts traditionally are illiquid, but this probably fits in an alt for risk purposes, but it's extremely liquid, right? And this is just thinking about it in investments. But you don't usually think about Bitcoin in terms of, I can have cash to spend, or I can have Bitcoin to spend. Well, now, what if Bitcoin fits here and it fits here? It can be part of my emergency fund, technically, right? Because it's incredibly liquid. I can trade it anytime I want. And not only can I trade it anytime I want, but now, if I have access to it through a debit card, I don't even have to trade it. If I need to use it, I can just give a debit card, and it might pull from an account where I'm actually holding cryptocurrency. And of course, in the background, they're probably going to sell the crypto and then pay the account, settle the account in fiat currency. But I can actually do that. That makes me have to think differently. And of course, right now, most people aren't going to do that. But in the future, and I'm talking about the near future, that might be an option. Okay, and that's going to change that's going to alter even more how I look at this, because now, let's say I have a certain amount of crypto, and again, we'll keep saying Bitcoin, even though it might not always be Bitcoin, but I have a certain amount of cryptocurrency, and let's say I've developed a sizable amount, what I consider a sizable amount of crypto, and now my question is, okay, am I going to keep all of that as just an investment, or am I going to fit that somewhere else in my portfolio, or basically in my financial life? And the way that works is, let's just say, and I know these are big numbers, and I apologize that many people are going to message me and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're talking about $100,000 worth of anything. I wish I just had $1,000 worth of crypto. But let's just talk about that because it makes my math easy. So let's say you have $100,000 worth of Bitcoin because you invested when it was really low, and now you're going, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this cryptocurrency? How am I going to hold it? Now I need help, right? So you might, and again, we're not saying you do this, we're not saying you need to, but this is now the thought process is, okay, I need a certain amount of emergency fund, right? And this is just good financial planning, an emergency fund. And let's say that's 6 months worth of your expenses and you spend $5,000 a month. Okay, so you need $30,000 emergency fund. So you might say, look, I'm going to keep $20,000 cash emergency fund and $10,000 Bitcoin, and this is going to sit in some app like a Crypto.com, Genesis Block, BlockFi, something like that, where I can have access to it with a debit card, for instance. Okay, so I might have $20,000 cash. Again, I'm not telling you to go do this, but this is an option and something we've talked through. $10,000 in Bitcoin, and this might be earning maybe like 4% interest. So now I'm earning interest on my Bitcoin, plus it's acting as part of my emergency fund. If this goes up in value, do I get to lower the amount of cash I have? Do I get to move this elsewhere? And maybe maybe I have $20,000 of this that is sitting somewhere, whether it's on like a soft wallet on my phone. Again, this doesn't have to be all Bitcoin, but it could be like wrapped Bitcoin or something, where I could be participating in DeFi protocols or something and earning something on it. And let's see, what's left? $70,000. Maybe I put this in cold storage. And I say, look, I don't want to touch this. I know me. If it goes up too much or if it goes down too much, I'm going to want to sell. So I'm going to keep it on a hard wallet in cold storage, or in a vault in cold storage, and multi-sig and all those things. So this is long-term, keeping very safe. And remember, keep in mind, I'm talking about what are the risks of all these different custodial solutions. What are the volatility risks of all these different pieces? So I have one asset here. And this one asset, I have to think through all the different risks, all the different volatility, all the different technical risk, all the different custodial risks that I might have. So you have this, the $70,000 in cold storage, $20,000 maybe is like on a MetaMask or some sort of ETH wallet, and participating in DeFi, and this is sitting somewhere, which is my emergency fund. This is a whole new way we think about any sort of asset. We don't have an asset that works like this. Okay, the closest thing we have to it is actually the dollar, right? Which has proven to be probably not a very good store of value in the near future. So this is a new way a new paradigm, a new world. We're going to have to think about financial services and financial investments and how it affects our financial plan, because now we have assets that can grow. We have assets that can be utilized to create income for us, and at the same time they can be spent virtually instantaneously. Okay, and they apparently more and more are going to be accepted as currency. This is a whole new shift and a whole new way to look at this, and it's really important for people to start learning about this now, because this is coming. Okay, especially if we get something like central bank digital currencies, where you might get dollars straight into a digital wallet. And then you're going to have to decide, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to buy some asset like this? How much goes into total cold storage, which is not connected to anything? How much do I have access to? How much do I have access to earn some sort of income or yield on? This is a whole new paradigm of looking at how you're going to manage your investments, or how as an advisor you're going to help clients manage investments. It's really exciting, but it's a whole lot to learn, and you really need to learn the underlying technology to start sifting through what the different options are here. So hope you enjoyed this video in this series. Remember, subscribe here, visit us on Twitter at InteraXis8. If you want to learn a whole lot more about this, visit the InteraXis Academy, InteraXisAcademy.com, where we teach you a whole lot more. If you want a financial advisor that knows about this, we have a certification, Certified Digital Asset Advisor. Contact us and we'll help put you in touch with one of the advisors that's been through our course. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.